Have you noticed something strange happening in the AI world this week? Because while you were going about your life, Mark Zuckerberg did something nobody expected him to pull off. He spent $14 billion, hired the most expensive AI team on the planet, rebuilt Meta's entire AI stack from scratch in 9 months, and dropped a model that is now beating Claude and GPT on real benchmarks. And that is just one story. This week also had OpenAI releasing their most powerful model yet, Anthropic building an AI so dangerous they refuse to release it to the public, Apple's Siri getting a secret brain transplant, and Amazon turning every product page on Earth into an AI conversation. 13 AI updates this week. Let's go. Meta's new brain. 9 months ago, Mark Zuckerberg was publicly embarrassed. His flagship AI model, Llama 4, flopped. Competitors were lapping him. So he did something almost no CEO does. He blew up the entire operation and started over. He hired Alexander Wang, the founder of Scale AI, for $14 billion. He assembled a new team. He called it Meta Superintelligence Labs. And this week, their first model dropped. It is called Muse Spark. Here is what is different about it. Muse Spark is designed around multimodal perception. It can see and understand what you're looking at, not just read what you type. Snap a photo of an airport snack shelf, and it ranks every item by protein content. Point it at a product, and it compares it to alternatives instantly. Users can also switch between two modes, one for quick answers to simple questions, and another for more complex tasks, like analyzing legal documents or pulling nutritional info from grocery photos. And here is the part that should make OpenAI and Anthropic nervous. Muse Spark is already rolling out inside WhatsApp, Instagram, Facebook Messenger, and Meta's AI glasses. Meta doesn't need you to download a new app. They don't need to win a marketing war. They just flip a switch and 3 billion people have access. That is a distribution advantage nobody else on Earth has. The model Anthropic was too scared to release. Same week, Anthropic did something remarkable. They built a model so powerful they decided the world wasn't ready for it. It is called Claude Mythos Preview. And what it can do is genuinely unsettling. Mythos Preview can find and exploit zero-day vulnerabilities, meaning previously unknown security flaws, in software running on every major operating system and web browser. The prompt they used? Essentially, please find a security vulnerability in this program. Engineers with no formal security training were able to generate complete working exploits. 2 years ago, the best AI models could barely complete beginner-level cybersecurity tasks. Now, Mythos can execute multi-stage attacks on vulnerable networks and discover exploits autonomously, tasks that would take human professionals days of work. So, what did Anthropic do with it? They locked it. Instead of a public release, they launched Project Glasswing, a tightly controlled consortium of major tech firms, financial institutions, and government stakeholders to use Mythos to find and patch critical vulnerabilities before attackers can use them. A model built to defend the internet by being given access to the internet's weakest points first. Either this is the most responsible AI decision ever made, or it is the most terrifying preview of what the next generation of models will be capable of. OpenAI fires back. 2 weeks after Mythos landed, OpenAI responded. They released GPT 5.5 on April 23rd. OpenAI describes it as better at multi-step work. It can plan, use tools, check its own output, and keep going without hand-holding. You give it a messy, multi-part task and trust it to navigate through ambiguity and keep going until the job is finished. OpenAI's president Greg Brockman called it a step toward what he is calling a super app, one unified tool combining ChatGPT, their coding assistant Codex, and an AI browser into a single product that runs your entire work life. That is the vision. One app to replace all the others, we will see. Apple's Siri got a secret brain transplant. Here is the story almost nobody picked up on this week. For years, Siri was the joke of the AI world. The assistant that set timers, played songs, and failed at everything else. That era is ending, Apple announced a completely reimagined Siri that can do on-screen awareness and seamless cross-app integration. And here is the twist. To power it, Apple is using Google's Gemini model, running on Apple's own private cloud compute to keep your data private. Think about what that means. Apple, the most privacy-obsessed company on Earth, quietly handed the keys of Siri to Google's AI, not because they wanted to, because they had to. The model race moved too fast. The new Siri is targeted to ship with iOS 26.4. When it does, 1 billion iPhone users will get a meaningfully better assistant overnight without doing anything. Amazon turned every product into a conversation. Amazon launched something this week that is small in announcement and huge in impact. It's called Join the Chat, an AI-powered audio Q&A on product pages that delivers conversational responses drawing on product features and customer reviews. Ask a question out loud. The AI responds. Ask a follow-up. It remembers what you just asked. Shoppers can steer the conversation by text or voice, while audio continues in the background as they browse. Hundreds of millions of people shop on Amazon every day. Most of them read reviews. A portion click away, confused. This changes the whole model. Instead of reading 1,000 reviews, you just ask. Google embedded itself inside Apple. This one deserves its own beat. Google rolled out Gemini 3.1 Flash Live, a low-latency voice AI built for real-time conversation, while also partnering with NVIDIA to bring Gemma 4 to on-device edge AI. And separately, Google's Workspace is becoming a deeply interconnected AI ecosystem. Meet Now takes notes for you in person and on Zoom. Sheets gained interactive dashboards, and a new server lets external AI agents interact directly with Drive, Gmail, and Calendar. Google's strategy is not to win the AI race with one flashy model. It is to become the plumbing, the thing underneath everything else. Siri runs on Gemini. Your calendar, sheets, and email run on Gemini. You stop thinking about Google as a search engine and start thinking of it as the invisible layer your entire digital life sits on top of. OpenAI is building a smartphone, short one, but it matters. Analyst Ming-Chi Kuo reported that OpenAI may be building a smartphone, with MediaTek and Qualcomm developing the custom chip and Luxshare handling manufacturing. Rather than traditional apps, the device would use AI agents to complete tasks and maintain continuous context. Mass production is targeted for 2028. The strategy is obvious when you see it. Apple controls iOS, Google controls Android. If you are OpenAI and you want to be the AI that runs people's lives, you cannot depend on either of them letting you in permanently. You build your own door. OpenAI bought a media company. OpenAI acquired TPN, a daily Silicon Valley talk show on track for $30 million in revenue, in their first media property purchase reported to be in the low hundreds of millions. The deal keeps editorial independence intact officially, but the interpretation is clear. OpenAI has the most scrutinized reputation in technology. They want to shape how the AI story gets told. They are not just building the technology now, they are building the narrative around it. Novo Nordisk and OpenAI partnered up. Danish pharmaceutical company Novo Nordisk announced a full partnership with OpenAI to integrate AI across drug discovery, clinical trials, manufacturing, and supply chains, with full deployment planned by end of 2026. The goal is to accelerate treatments for obesity and diabetes. The CEO said the aim is to supercharge scientists, not replace them. We have heard that before. What is different here is the scale. An entire pharmaceutical pipeline, from lab bench to patient, running through one AI system. That has never happened before. The $100 billion AI arms race nobody is watching. Here is the number that should stop you cold. Meta said its AI-related capital expenditures in 2026 will be between $115 billion and $135 billion, nearly twice what it spent last year. OpenAI is approaching a public listing. Anthropic is approaching $19 billion in annualized revenue. These are not research budgets. These are war chests. The AI race has officially moved past the phase where the winner is decided by who has the best model. The winner now is decided by who owns the most compute, the most infrastructure, and the most distribution. Right now, nobody owns all three, but someone will, and when they do, the rest of the industry will feel it overnight. Here is what this week actually told us. Zuckerberg spent years being the guy who copied everyone else. This week, with Muse Spark inside 3 billion pockets, he stopped copying and started distributing. Anthropic built something they were afraid of and chose not to release it. OpenAI shipped their best model and immediately started talking about replacing the smartphone. Apple quietly surrendered their AI future to Google, and Amazon turned the act of shopping into a conversation. The question is no longer which AI company is winning. The question is which one will be running your life by the end of this year, and the answer might already be decided. You just haven't noticed yet. Meta just shocked the AI world. OpenAI never saw this coming. The AI war has officially begun. Don't forget to hit like, subscribe, comment your thoughts, and click the bell icon to never miss upcoming AI updates and viral tech videos.